Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another video here. Sorry, video here. Hopefully, you guys are doing well. So today is going to be a more of a discovery call breakdown instead of a closing call breakdown. So hopefully, you guys enjoy it. I will be stopping, the recording, here and there when there are a few things that I feel like we could touch upon. But other than that, we'll just pretty much get straight into it here, and yeah, we should be good to go.
Ryan, I'm over here on the East Coast, so you're over there in LA, right?
Yeah, so you got a 3 hour ahead of me now.
Yeah, no, I actually was originally from LA, so I just moved
Oh,
over.
okay.
Yeah, so I was originally from like Pasadena area.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so we could just like skip all that fluff. So we're just gonna skip ahead a little bit, maybe like here.
Basically, I feel comfortable where I'm at with my acupuncture practice. It's been 15
Yeah.
years this coming May, and I'm just open to see what else is out there. You know what I mean? Like just have an idea of what's going on, especially with advanced technology, AI coming around and everything. I just want to be open to what's out there, but I feel comfortable where I'm at right now.
Okay.
And actually, it's kind of up in the air too because the owner of the building is a chiropractor. And he's actually thinking about like retiring and moving out to the East Coast. So I don't know. I'm kind of up in there. Like, I don't know if I'm still gonna have my practice in the next couple years or so, or what's going on with that. And he hasn't even really let us know what his idea is either.
Okay.
And the funny thing, and my wife, she's actually a primary care family med for Kaiser.
Oh, okay.
And she, like they just had the nursing strike and everything, so she's just getting so overwhelmed with that, So I'm trying to help both of us get easier life, I already have a pretty fair schedule because I can set my own hours, and it's very comfortable right now. But we actually met this couple that walked away from their jobs at 24 and 25, right? And so, they're the same age as us. So we spent the past 20 years building all this medical school debt. They've been living pretty free, financial freedom, under retirement income, full-time spouse together, full-time parents, and they just have so many amazing results and high values that we admire them in. We actually earned their coaching mentorship. So now the plan is pretty much plan B to take over for plan A, and so we're just going through building and scaling business through them, and just trying to keep with their values through like their great marriage and everything, and their whole family's involved too. So that's kind of the idea now.
Gotcha.
So I don't know if that'll fit with this whole program that you're with.
Yeah, I mean, just to give you some clarity before I ask my other question. Everything that we do here is custom, right? So it's not like a specific clientele that we do work with. As long as you're looking to scale, which you mentioned that you're looking to scale, and as long as you're looking to grow, then that's kind of what we look for, right? Obviously, we don't want to work with clients who don't want to grow or scale, because that's not, we can't help them in first place, first of all, right? But yeah, there's not like a specific clientele. I mean, we work with chiro clinics, we work with acupuncturists, we work with home service-based businesses as well. We actually took on another client, I believe this was like a month ago, and he was running his like own law firm slash he was like an optometrist, and then kind of transitioned into like law, running his firm. But we obviously we started off like working with him like through his own clinic for the eye care, but he kind of like transitioned into law firm, so now we're trying to work with him on that. But yeah, to answer your question, there's not like a specific clientele. I mean, as long as you're looking to grow, as long as you're looking to scale, and obviously as long as you're looking to optimize your processes more efficiently, whether that's more clients or whether that's more, just handling like backend systems and operations as well. That's kind of like what we, are looking for in terms of like what clients we work with, if that makes sense. Yeah. So I wanted to kind of ask, just to get some context. So is Happy Cloud Acupuncture, is this, because I'm looking at your website right now, is this a multidisciplinary clinic? Like, do you have like multiple locations, or is it just like one location?
It's a single location right now.
So far, it's going pretty good. There's nothing too bad to talk about or speak upon, so we'll just pretty much keep on going. But other than that, so far so good.
Gotcha. Are you eventually looking to kind of like scale this into like multi-location clinic, or what's kind of like the main goal for this?
Right. That just kind of depends on.
So that's a good question to ask if you're working with clinicians. Like, are you just looking to have this clinic itself, or are you looking to open other clinics and have some sort of like multi-clinic, business going on or something, right? So kind of getting a little bit more in depth on that was a good question to ask.
What the owner does at the moment, and then also like how far my plan B goes.
Okay. Are you the owner of Happy Cloud Acupuncture, or are you like?
Yeah. So it's his building, but my business in that building.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
And you mentioned that he's trying to move over to the East Coast, so now.
Yeah.
Okay. So how is that going to work if he moves over to the East Coast? Like, is he looking to sell the building?
Oh, that's what we're trying to figure out. So
okay.
I guess he's trying to get someone to take over the business and the lease and everything.
I see.
But so far, the one guy he had was like a young chiropractor, and I don't know what happened with that, but I guess they stopped the proceedings with that.
Okay, interesting. So in terms of like the business, right? I mean, with like the statistics and analytics, I guess I want to kind of get some clarity on this. Like, how many clients are you like typically bringing in like right at the moment right now?
For my side?
Yeah, for Happy Cloud.
It's roughly like 30 a week.
30 a week. Okay, so that's about. Trying to do my math here.
Yeah, like maybe 120 a month or so.
Okay, so that's like 4 or 5 clients per week then, roughly.
Well, it's 30 a week.
Sorry, 4 or 5 clients per day. Sorry.
Yeah, well, yeah, averaging.
Okay, average 45 clients per day, 30 a week on average, and that's about like 30. That's about like 120 a month. Okay, so I guess if we were to come in and help you delegate that process, right? I mean, how many more clients do you feel like you're able to take on top of what you're like handling right now?
Right, like I was saying, I keeping my schedule comfortable, partially because of my daughter and stuff. She's still going to school and everything, and so I'd say maybe like 1 to 2 a week, new ones. And
I know it's very nuanced, but keeping that in mind as well, him having a daughter and maybe possibly a family as well, could also be going into like finances on that end. So just kind of like keeping that in mind, but it's not like too important.
and so it just doesn't seem that needy for me. You know what I mean? Like I don't really see a need to push it that much. If I'm only willing to take on 1 or 2 new ones.
Yeah, 1 or 2 new clients a week. So that's
Boom. So he said he's only looking to take on 1 or 2 clients. Now I probably did assume, you know, he meant 1 or 2 clients per week, but what if he thought I was trying to say 1 and 2 clients per month, right? 1 and 2 clients per week and 1 and 2 clients per month is totally 2 different things.
which is kind of like, I guess that's like 6 or 7 more new patients per week, and then that's about like 30 more each month, right? Like roughly.
Yeah, roughly.
Okay, gotcha. So do you have any like employees or like do you have like any receptionists that work for you, or do you typically handle like everything like in terms of like admin, client services, offering? Do you handle everything yourself, or do you have someone else who's taking care of that for you, like a VA?
So I have staff, but they're not employed under me. You know what I mean?
So you have staff,
So,
but they're not.
yeah. So it's the chiropractor's staff, and so that's what I'm renting. I'm renting his space and his office staff.
Oh.
So they're not under me, you know, but they do that work for me.
Okay, gotcha. And do you have like any automations in place, like any like backend systems to help you delegate that process instead of you always having rent out?
No, not at the moment.
Not at the moment. Okay. Have you ever like looked into something like that before in the past, or because I know you've been running? I know you mentioned that you've been running your practice for about 15 years now, right? So
Yeah.
I'm just really curious. Has that like thought ever came across for you on like in terms of like automations and implementing?
It has, but it's not a necessity, and I just believe more old school anyway because we have had a lot of internet interruptions and everything anyway. So
Internet interruptions, like as in.
like the computers will go down and electricity and stuff.
Okay, gotcha. So I assume most of your leads, are they coming from just like pre-existing clients and like referrals, or do you have like some sort of like marketing strategy as well that you're bringing them in from?
Right. So in the beginning it was more marketing, and
Okay.
now I can rely more on word of mouth kind of thing. So
Okay, gotcha. So beginning was like more marketing, and then so I'm just trying to write down these notes. Okay, so beginning was marketing, and then now it's just like it's 100% just like referrals and pre-existing clientele, or are you also doing like some sort of outreach as well? On top
I mean, some people will look up acupuncture and look for me and stuff like that, but I mostly rely on word of mouth now.
Okay, gotcha. So like some people will come in through like just searching you on Google, and then like just coming from there as well. Okay, gotcha. So let's do this, right? I want to kind of show you exactly how our processes work, because
And this is where I kind of like transition into going into like the screen overview and showing him like our processes by giving him a visual understanding.
that's the main reason why you jumped on the call, right? Just to get some more clarity and context of what exactly is that we do. So let me know if you can see my screen here. If you're able to see my screen here.
Yeah, it's a little tiny bit.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you're on your phone. So give me a quick second here. Okay, so this is essentially, I mean, obviously we have like 4 core offers, right? And everything that we do here is custom, like I mentioned, but these are just like the 4 core offers just to give you some clarity and context of what exactly we can implement within the clinic, right? So this is kind of like our first offer in terms of like our systems that we build out. So this exact system is built out for, obviously clinics and, home service-based businesses that don't really have like a necessary database to kind of like store all their leads, as well as like the client information, as well as like the documentations as well into. So we pretty much build out them like a full-on CRM, customized and tailored towards their business, right? And then on top of that, we also are able to automate the processes by sending out like SMS messages as well as email systems. So it's pretty much like a full streamlined process, if that makes sense, right? So basically how this works is the pillar 1 is just pretty much like build out of like a CRM, right? So what we're essentially doing here is that we're building out like a full backend system for them, as well as helping them customize all their outreach tailored towards their business. So not only do they have like a specific system to help them with like their admin side, right? But we also have a specific strategy to also bring in leads from whether that's Google, Facebook. Obviously you're working with pre-existing clients and referrals right now, right? So obviously we have like a different strategy to bring them in, and we're able to pre-qualify those leads to make sure that every single lead that comes in isn't just like a random lead that's just trying to ask you a question, right? We want all these clients to be able to come in, get funneled into the system. That way you pretty much have like a 99% chance of just closing them on the spot and getting them booked on with you, right? So oops, I guess what's going on? Sorry, give me a quick second here. I don't know what happened. But yeah, that's essentially how it works, right? So obviously after that, we're gonna make the necessary adjustments and make sure that it's 100% edited to your approval. And after that's kind of like done, then that's when we like basically launch the system, if that makes sense. Yeah, so that's kind of like everything in terms of like automations as well, like building the CRM infrastructure. But like the automation side is pretty much different. So it's like not a specific system that we build out, but we're adding on top of that system. So it's kind of like building blocks. It's not like we build you a website and then we create you.
I should have like asked a few more questions before kind of going on to like ramble, but I mean, other than that, I mean, this is kind of like the stage where you have to ramble. essentially. So, but yeah, I mean, most of the time, sales isn't all about speaking. It's honestly, what people don't tell you, it's more about listening, to be honest.
Voice assistant. It's not like we create you like a system. You know, everything that we build out kind of adds on top of each other, right? So that's how we created like this automated message system as well to kind of like set up your SMS campaigns, like your emails as well, tailor your marketing campaigns for more leads. We also have like smart messaging systems to prevent no shows, cancellations, and then we also have like reactivation campaigns as well, right? So I'm not too sure if you typically call back your old leads like in your historical data to like get them booked on back again, but we also have like reactivation campaigns to make sure that whenever someone books on with you and when you're done with the job, let's say like 1 month or 2 months down the line, if you don't hear back from them, then they get like reactivating campaigns and messages sent out to them to just kind of like keep them in the loop of we're still here, Happy Cloud, I'm Dr. Chow's still here. If you ever want to get another appointment booked on, then feel free to reach out. So kind of like keeping them in the loop and reactivating them, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it's funny because I guess on Google they said my business is closed, and so some people were worrying about that.
Really? On Google, it said your business was temporarily closed?
Yeah, I guess they said if they don't get a re-announcement or something in like 5 years or something, they'll close it down or something like that. So
really?
yeah, it was just funky.
how'd you bypass that? Did you reach out to them, just like fix it on your own?
Yeah, they kind of contacted me again, and I was talking to them.
Okay, gotcha. So I guess I want to get some clarity. I mean, let's say like, because I know you mentioned that you first started off like marketing in the beginning, right? And now you're just like relying on referrals from pre-existing clients. So let's say this, like when a lead comes in, right? I mean, how do you typically handle them? Like, do they call you in the first place? Do you like reach out to them? Do they have like a specific intake form that they fill out before they reach out to you, or how does like the process work for you?
Like I said, most of them are like word of mouth. And then I did have a couple this week where like they reached out to me, and it was mostly like they gave a phone call or the other one was messaging me, and so I was just responding to them and was able to book them that way. But
okay, and this is like all manual, right? Like your staff's not handling this.
Yeah, it's pretty manual.
Okay, gotcha. So what does your staff handle then? Like calls coming in, like inbound calls, or like admin work?
Yeah, they'll deal with the calls. They'll deal with some admin, a lot of insurance stuff, and kind of like the paperwork behind like people will need their copies made and stuff like that.
Okay, so like the invoicing and documentations. Okay, gotcha. And with that being said, I mean, you've never ran ads before, right? Like besides like marketing in the beginning, but like have you ever ran like marketing in terms of like Facebook ads and like Meta ads, or has that never?
Not Facebook ads, no.
Okay, what type of marketing did you do like when you first started off then?
It was more like the local stuff, like local golf course and just the paper stuff around.
Like flyers and.
Yeah.
Okay, like flyers networking. Okay.
Yeah,
gotcha.
The newspaper ad stuff.
Okay, gotcha. So I just want to let you know about this, right? Obviously, we're definitely here to help you scale and grow, your clinic, right? Like that's non-negotiable for us. But I just want to kind of ask, like, are you in this full time right now, or are you just doing this kind of like part time? Because I know you mentioned that you have like other stuff going on.
Right. Yes. So I mean, it's full time, but I'm basically only doing 20 hours a week right now.
Okay, so full time doing 20 hours a week. Okay. I mean, time's not really not an issue. I mean, we have some clients doing working within their clinic part time as well, and they're still getting twice as much leads as other clinics doing like 40 hours a week, right? So that's not really an issue. But I just want to kind of like get some clarity, like in terms of like your main goal, right? Let's say this like whole thing gets figured out, like the building. I'm not sure what's happening with the building, but let's say this whole like situation gets figured out, right? Do you eventually want to like open up like other clinics as well? Do you like what's kind of like the major like end goal for growing the business or scaling out the business?
Right. So the idea, like I was saying, is my plan B to take over Plan A. Plan A is the Happy Cloud Acupuncture, and basically I just want to retire with it. Just have something open where I can just treat people casually, or ideally more pro bono kind of stuff. And I do have a friend that is in the basically like what do you call it? Like he does a lot of charity stuff especially for VA and stuff like that. So he was talking to me about helping me with marketing and stuff like that too. So I don't feel a need for marketing at the moment just because of the resources I have available. But ideally, it depends on how much of a headache expanding out it's going to be, because I know for my license alone, I need to get more licenses for each satellite I have, and stuff like that. So it just kind of depends on what's going on.
Yeah, 100%. And I mean, at the end of the day, right, we're not just like a marketing team or a marketing company. We're more of like an AI system implementation company, right? So even if you're not really trying to prioritize marketing, we have other clients that don't prioritize that as well. So what we essentially do is like build out specific systems to delegate, the biggest time drainers within your business, right? I mean, for example, we're actually working with like an acupuncturist right now over there. I believe he's in Texas. I forget what. But like most of his time was going through like manually following up with clients, having to, handle calls, inbound calls. I know you have staff already doing that, but he didn't really want to pay someone to do that for him, right? And he was also handling like documentation burdens as well. I think 20% of his day was going to just documentation burdens. So we pretty much created a system for him to manage everything on the admin side of things without him having to hire in someone. So that way he's obviously able to delegate most of his time and energy into actually servicing clients as well, right? So not sure exactly if that's what you're looking for, but is that something like along the lines of not prioritizing marketing, but along the lines of what you're looking for in terms of like saving more time? That way your clinic's running on autopilot on the admin side.
Again, that really depends on what happens with the chiropractor and what he decides to do with the building.
Yeah.
But
It seems like he doesn't really have too much urgency, so that's just something that is another red flag to definitely keep in mind as well.
with your system, are you using like VAs or?
So everything that we could do here is because we have a team of 10 developers, right? So
Okay.
yeah, and they're pretty experienced. I believe two of them. Well, I'm from MIT too, but two developers are from MIT. But most of the developments that we build out and the systems that we build out, they're pretty much tailored to what you're looking for, right? So it's all like automated systems. We have like our own software that we build everything on. So yeah, I mean, we don't really have VAs, but
So these are like more robot calls accepting and pretty much digitizing a calendar for the patients and everything.
It's not like a robot, like strictly calling. It's like a specific like system that we build out, but it's more of like an automated VA system. If that makes sense. Instead of like human VA, we pretty much have like a human VA slash like a robot, pretty much handling everything. Because obviously the system is kept on running, but we need someone to always, kind of like make sure that the automation doesn't break or the system doesn't break. So we still have someone kind of handling all the systems, but
Right.
that, yeah, everything's pretty much done for you, basically.
Okay. Oh, that sounds pretty nice. Nice setup. Huh?
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
How long have you guys been running this?
Yeah, so we've actually helped over 150 plus.
So now he's kind of like retaking Frame, which is kind of bad, but we'll just see how it pans out. I'm not sure if I really moved on to the closing call just because there's lots of red flags, but we'll just see how it pans out.
This is in the last 3-4 years now. We're actually ongoing almost 5 now. We started around like 2021, 2022. But yeah, I mean, like I said, we've helped a handful of home service-based businesses as well as clinics, healthcare providers. So yeah, that's essentially what we are doing here.
Yeah, sounds pretty good.
Yeah. So let's do this, right? Obviously, I know we're kind of running out of time right now. We're kind of we're getting to that 25-minute mark here. So what we can do is
Okay, yeah. So I think typically when I do that, I typically don't move on forward with them just because I want to save my time and I feel like they're not going to be a good fit for us right now. Sorry, I had a yawn. But yeah, I mean, overall, I think, there was just lots of red flags. For example, if you guys remember, could be a finance thing, no sense of urgency right now. He says that he doesn't really know if he wants to open up another clinic. He says he only really wants 1 to 2 patients per month, not per week. So obviously he's not really looking for more business. He says that he wants to grow, but he doesn't really want to scale. So obviously there were probably other red flags as well that I didn't mention. But overall, I just felt like he wasn't the right fit for us. So we'll just see how we kind of like end the conversation here.
From based on this call with everything that I showed you, right? What I can do is pretty much get on another like follow-up call. So basically, what that call is going to be is, since like I guess you can say like since everything that we do here at SND is discussed.
Okay, that's kind of weird. I don't know why I said that. Probably, and this is why we review our calls because I don't know why I said that.
It usually takes us like about like a day or two to create like a specific blueprint for you. So this call was more like a discovery, right? There's like no commitment on this call whatsoever. This was just to show you exactly what we do, see if we might align to what you're looking for. So basically, what I can do is I'll talk to my developers. We'll pretty much create like a separate like personal presentation of like exactly what like your problems are, what we can essentially build out for your solutions. And even if we don't move forward on that follow-up call, then at least you'll be leaving that call with some sort of knowledge of what you can fix yourself if you'd like, right? Or I guess
Right.
your staff about that as well. But yeah, I mean, other than that, I mean, it'll pretty much take us about like a day or two to create that personal blueprint for you. But other than that, I mean, we can definitely schedule a follow-up call, and then we can always take it from there if that sounds fair enough for you.
Yeah, it sounds good. I appreciate that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So let me check my schedule here. You're over there in LA, so it's 9:23 right now, right?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. What actually before I give you some times on my calendar, what works best for you in like I guess tomorrow or Thursday?
Thursday or
Friday.
Friday is actually better for me.
Yeah, Thursday or Friday works better. What time for you? Thursday, Friday?
Thursday, both days would have to be in the afternoon, so maybe like closer to 1 or something like that.
Closer to 1. Okay, so 1 p.m. for you, right?
Yeah.
Okay. We can do Thursday at 1 p.m. Did you want to shoot for that?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay, cool. So
Thursday at 1.
yeah, so I'll also send you over the invitations for the meeting as well. I think my colleague Riley should also send you over like a few resources, like some case studies and testimonials beforehand.
Okay.
But give me a quick second. Let me just shoot you over this. So you said Thursday at 1 p.m. right?
Mhm.
Okay, so let me shoot you over this right now. And I can send it to the email Happy Cloud Acupuncture, right? Like the one I used for the
Right. Thank you.
Okay, cool. I didn't know what phone number to use, so I just used this
Oh.
one, which was like 951-317.
Yeah, that's
Did you also want to use that one, or do you have like a personal?
Okay, I don't want to leak any more information out, but other than that, guys, I think that'll be probably it for the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and honestly, like, I feel like it could have been better for sure. But at the same time, like, you can't really do nothing about when a client really doesn't match the business like category, like the fitment or the alignment within the business, right? So hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you guys have any questions, feel free to let me know in the comments below. But other than that, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.